What is up, awesome? This is Special here, and welcome back to another episode of Room Number 9. Yeah. I was supposed to do that comment video. I do remember. Well, okay, so here's the thing about that. You guys know me at this point, right? Like, you guys, I think you guys know me pretty well, at least for you guys who've been around on my channel for a while. If you're new, then maybe you're going to get used to the fact, but I do ramble a lot and I do talk a lot, and I do recognize it. I really do. I apologize about that, but sometimes, like, when someone intrigues me enough, like a topic of some sort, I start rambling, then I go off to something else, and it kind of like has like a tie into like the thing I'm talking about. I just keep talking. But yeah, so kid you not, I made the comment video the last 5 days. Yeah, it's been the last 5 days. I probably tried 8 times, and it ended up being like 40 minutes long each time. It sucks because it's like, you know, when you keep making them, it's just kind of like, it's at a point where it's like, oh my god, it's just frustrating, you know. But it's always fun because it's fun too at the same time. It's really weird. It stresses me out, but it's also fun to make because it's like, it feels like I'm talking to you guys too, if that makes any sense, even though I don't publish the video. I am going to try again maybe after the Stars game tonight, which I'm making this before the Stars start, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm trying to get it to 20 minutes long. I really am, like maybe 25 minutes, but I'm not trying to make it any longer. And I'm trying to, it sucks too, because I really do want to like talk to each and every single one of you and answer every single comment, but I realize that that's not possible. So I just need to choose a certain video and just go off that, and then we'll continue on from there. And again, it's something I do want to do later on too in the future. But anyways, I don't have too much time because again, Stars are about to play. And without further ado, let's go and jump straight into some more Room Number 9. Sorry for the delay. Again, I've been trying to make another video, and I realized, like, okay, this is actually much more difficult than I thought it'd be. I mean, it could be worse. We could just be stuck in a room doing some very fucked up shit too. So, tomato, maybe not tomato. You get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, why am I making weird noises in the middle of the night? Shit, I didn't hope it didn't wake Seiji. The voice from the other side of the bed was sleepy. Seemed like I've overdone it a bit in my effort to put as much distance between us as possible. Oh, he was kind enough to tell me that, but I felt so awkward about it. I just dodged the question. I mean, after what we just done, yeah, it might be a bit awkward. It's interesting though, because Daichi, I don't know. He obviously loves his best friend, but maybe not in that way. But at the same time, it's like I don't know. It's like he might be bi, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know. It's tough. Again, we're gonna find out later on. Well, again, it's different from when you're being forced to do something that against your will, and then there's times where it's like maybe he is actually having feelings, but it's been something that he's been suppressing all along because, you know, there could be like a deeper backstory on that. Who knows? But I'm just pointing it out there. So anyways. His voice sounded irritated as he trailed off, and in no time at all, I could tell he'd gone back to sleep. Relieved, I closed my eyes again. And who knows? Feelings could be mutual for Seiji. Never know. But we're at 22 points, which is amazing. Going into the 3rd day, if I say so myself. It's that sound again. It was morning, but without the feel of the real morning sun, my internal clock was all haywire. Seiji promptly got up off his side of the bed and opened the curtains. I don't want to get up. Come on, just let me have my dreams. At least I'm free there. In stark contrast, Seiji was bright red and bushy-tailed first thing in the morning. He's handsome, smart, has a great personality, and he's even a morning person. Good genes are really powerful. Like, you see what I mean by that? It's like, maybe because we are playing this from Daichi's point of view. I'm not sure if that'll change later on. You know, it is Parade, and to be fair, I only played No Thank You, but from No Thank You, when you do replay it, in case you guys didn't know, when you replay a route, you get it from a different point of view. Well, you go through the same beats, but then there's also some extra scenes in there where you get like a different POV from the character you're trying to, the route you're on, if you will. I want it could be like this too. That'd be interesting. I'm not sure if that's a thing in this, but that would be interesting if we start out from Daichi's point of view, and then if we play it the second time around, it's Seiji's point of view. That'd be really intriguing. I think that'd be a great idea. It's way better than no thank you button. Don't get me started on that stupid button. That's the one thing I did not like about no thank you, if I have to make it clear enough. But yeah, it's comments like these where it's like, it makes me wonder if Daichi, you know, maybe he always did have feelings. It's just, it's, I guess, sadly enough, in Japan, for the most part, it can be considered taboo because it's still not a thing there. You know, just coming out as gay and such things. Although it's getting better slowly, very, very slowly, but surely, it's still probably considered taboo. I would assume, at least. Anyways. That reminder woke me up right away. Even in the worst situations, food is still the way to my heart, and the food here has been good since we arrived. I almost wanted to learn how to make some of the dishes. We were given a Western style meal this time. Salad, kasome soup. Don't know what the hell that is. Omelets, bread with butter and jam, orange juice, and yogurt. That's Western style? Damn, that's a fancy Western style meal. I mean, it does make sense, I guess. Butter, jam, orange juice, yogurt. Yeah, I mean, omelets. But what the hell is kasome soup and salad? I don't have salad for breakfast. Who has salad for breakfast? Our omelets are fluffy and perfectly folded into neat crescents, while the kasome soup made me smack my lips with each sip. It was extremely rich. With each bite, the dishes seemed almost bland for a brief moment before the flavors of the butter and eggs and other ingredients boldly asserted themselves in my mouth. The marmalade was great too. The slight bitterness really packed a punch, and the orange juice even had some pulp in it. Seiji was drinking coffee. It smelled freshly roasted and ground. I'll stick to the OJ. I already had a glass of orange juice anyway. It was delicious. The oranges it was made from must have been really good. I suddenly remember the events of yesterday. I wasn't sure what had triggered the memory. Although the fact that I'm just remembering it meant that I'd somehow managed to forget about what had happened. Guess there was no way that was gonna last. I forced myself to give a smirk along with the words, even though I was sure he could see right through it. Seiji's handsome features didn't offer a hint of anything other than his usual calm, collective aura. Damn, you really would never know anything had just happened from just looking at him. I was positive it was bothering him, but nothing showed on his face. He's the kind of guy who's good at hiding things like that deliberately, but he also does it without realizing it sometimes too. He might have even thought it was like nothing, like I did. I mean, like, it wasn't really that big of a deal, right? Well, maybe it was kinda, but like, you know, it's not like we did it because we wanted to. Neither of us wanted to. Neither of us was to, like, blame for it. So why should we feel weird about it, right? Maybe I wasn't feeling all that torn up about what had happened the day before because that's how I was just looking at the situation. If nothing else, I did feel particularly guilty or awkward around Seiji, and he didn't seem mad at me either. Yeah, I'm fine. A good night's sleep really put my mind at ease. That always worked for me, really. If something bad happens to me, I'll just go to sleep and forget about it. Yeah, I relate to that, at least. I'm sure you guys, I'm sure everyone can relate to that. If you're in, like, you know, if something's on your mind that's really bothering you, everyone has their own routine. Like for me, for example, if I'm really stressed out and I'm having a very bad day for the most part, I'll always do this thing that I'll take a shower and I'll like a very prolonged shower for the most part, and then I'll go to bed most likely or do something else. But the shower's always like been the best part for me, at least, because it's somewhere where I can be alone and I could just hear the rain. Well, I say raindrops. I just hear the water drops pretty much and just hear the shower, and it just calms me down. I don't know, it always has, and it's always been my thing that really helped my brain out, if for the most part, helped my own emotions, if you will. Even if I get the crap kicked out of me on dinner, I could always wake up with a smile. And when I ran away from home with barely any money to my name, I could just laugh it off. It was a bad situation, but at least I wouldn't get my ass kicked anymore. There might be something wrong with me, but I'm pretty sure the only reason I didn't get dragged down by my parents was because I had Seiji. It was my first summer vacation of middle school. I was at a loss for what to do after I'd used up the money my mom had left me, and that's when I opened up to Seiji for the first time. It was a total coincidence that I was Seiji too. Back then, he was just a classmate that I got along with well enough. But Seiji listened to me. He didn't treat me with pity or scorn. He was just there for me and calmly thought through it. He helped talk to our teachers and the police, and even asked his dad for advice on my behalf. But I think the real thing that saved me was the fact that he stayed my friend even after that. And my elementary school teachers helped me too. Even if bad things happened to me and I was treated horribly, they taught me not to overlook the good in people, to always look for the silver linings in the storm clouds. I had to remind myself that the same stuff was still true, even now. I had Seiji with me. There's always some ray of hope to cling to. You can't just look at the bad. I brushed my teeth, washed my face, and put out the laundry again. I hadn't been doing much in the way of physical exertion. The AC was on, but my clothes still got pretty sweaty. And then I changed the duvet and sheets and put those out with the rest of the laundry. Oh, that was really sweet though. Morning TV sure is impressive. There's so much on there, there's absolutely nothing to watch. Sometimes you'll get lucky and catch a rerun of a primetime show or cartoons, but they weren't really good for much distraction. I didn't think to bring anything with me to entertain myself with it, so I had nothing to do. I guess we had a deck of cards, but Seiji was reading books on his tablet. Once the bedroom set in, there was really nothing else to do but give in and look. Keeping on top of the latest information is critical, after all. As much as I didn't want to look at it, just the thought made me depressed and anxious. Oh, one sec, guys. Sorry. My lips are chapped and faded. If you know what song I was just singing there, let me know. But okay, so what's happened recently? So yeah, room number 1 is still unoccupied. Room number 2 is doing really great. They're doing better than us. Or no, wait, wow, I read that wrong for some reason. I was like, oh, 23. Wow, okay, wait, that's the same room, right? Well, room number 6, damn, they made some progress. Look at that, they're almost done. They literally, so one of you guys, I think it was a UVid server who mentioned it, but oh, it does go down. Ooh, okay, I didn't notice that. So after, I'm guessing there's a certain, like, I don't know how it works necessarily, but the room view, you see how it says 8 points now? Remember initially it started at 10 points. So ooh, it's really intriguing now, because I'm not sure if it's like a checkpoint. Like, you'll say if you hit 10 points it goes down to 90, or if it goes to 10 points it goes down to 9 points. If you hit 20 points it'll go down to 8 points, 30 points, 7 points. You see what I'm saying there? So I'm not sure if it's like checkpoint or if it's based off days. Like, for example, so you see how room number 2 has gone 23 days at 24 points. So this would just be at a +8 for them, if that makes any sense. But that makes it interesting, because we're at 22 points. I really want to keep it like, I would like to take a day off, you know what I mean? If we can. I feel like making the room view available now would be the best idea, because I didn't know it went down until yeah, VidServer. I think it was VidServer or someone else. Maybe multiple of you guys actually mentioned before, but that goes down after each I guess checkpoint. But anyways, thought I should mention that to you guys, because like, wow. But yeah, see the progress. So room number 8 is, they did something, so that's good. Oh, okay, there's us. So we're fine. No one made their feed available yet. Okay, so they're room 11's doing okay. Wait, what? Hold up, phone. Wait, look at this. Room number 10. Did I see that? Negative 10 points. Like, that's a typo, right? Room 3 and 12 weren't empty anymore. Okay, so they fills up, but what? What? How did you get negative 10? Interesting. But yeah, it looks like room number 6 is actually going to make it through, so good for them. Room number 4 is off to a great start. That's good. And again, Rune number 2, I'm pretty sure it was higher than 24 points. I think they just spent a bunch of points. I'm telling you, these rune number 2, we didn't know who these people are because god damn, they love this. Is vacation for them. I'm not kidding. I'm pretty confident saying that. There's no way they would be alive right now, but they're enjoying. I'm assuming they're enjoying this because they're spending points. The more points they get, the more points they're spending. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways, I need to stop talking because we don't have too much time, so I apologize about that. You know, again, it's like how I am. Rooms 3 and 12 weren't empty anymore. There had to be people in them now. Had they been brought in like we were? I wonder what number 8 had been up to. What kind of tasks are they being given? Room 10 with the 4 inhabitants was back on the display. It had been really terrifying when we thought they were gone. Maybe they were penalized or something? What could have happened while they were off the board? But it looked like several of the rooms have earned more points. The fact that I had no way of knowing what was going on in those other rooms made it all more terrifying. Would they really get out though? I know I'm stating the obvious, but the people in room 6 were one task away from the one goal in getting out. See, okay, so just again, make it more clear. Since they have 90 points, making the room view would just be a +1. Anyways, I just, in case you guys didn't get it already. We couldn't even know if there were really other people in the other rooms or if they were being made to do the same kind of things. We had no way of knowing if our captors actually planned to release anyone once they hit 100 points like the rules said. I mean, we couldn't see the other rooms, and we had never seen someone get out when they got 100 points. It wouldn't exactly be hard to fabricate data like that. Even if we could see people getting out, those people could be actors or plants working for the bad guys. Maybe we should let the other rooms see ours too? Like, maybe it'd be a source of hope and solidarity or something. It wasn't a decision to make lightly. I didn't like the idea of other people being able to watch us, and I didn't want to watch anyone in other rooms either, which is why I didn't really have any information suggesting we do it. I was sure Seiji felt the same way. He absolutely wouldn't want other people to see him hurting me or hurting himself being abused. I mean, I never actually asked him, but I was pretty sure he'd feel the same way. But we take a day off if we do it. That's like, it sucks. I mean, this situation sucks. We all know that. By the way, I just noticed room number 4, they decided to keep the room occupants private. What? Interesting. That's really interesting. Why would they do that? Anyways, I've literally just recognized it. Exactly what Daichi said. They have to, like, they must be loving this. I made my best attempt to keep my thoughts away from the darker possibilities. Otherwise, I might have lost all faith in humanity. We managed to drag the topic out for a while, but we ran out of things to talk about before long. It was to be expected, really, since we'd been living in such close quarters. Conversation usually springs out of things that happen to you or wanting to know about things that happen to the person you're talking to. Additionally, I was so anxious about our situation that I didn't have the reserves to reach for other topics. All we had left to do at that point was to look at our task for the day. I didn't want to look. I really didn't. But if we didn't, we'd never get out. Oh boy. Subject A must... Whew. All right. Wow. Okay. So if we decide not to do a task, it's going to stay for the day after. I think that's pretty clear now. But anyway, I'm going to read them out anyways. Subject A must orally extract milk from subject B while subject B wears the specified apparatus. What the heck is that word? I don't have my phone with me, so I'm just going to look it up. Apparatus? What the heck is that? It's a technical equipment or machinery needed for a what? Okay, so it's like, oh boy, all right. So I'm pretty sure they're going to that territory, you know, with yeah, that territory. If you know, I don't need to spell it out for you guys. Just imagine the worst things. I mean, our imaginations could bring out the worst. Just imagine that. But subject B must create incision. Oh, so yeah. So, so if we keep doing task 2, it's going to be bodily harm. But if we keep doing task A, it's going to be Yeah, mental harm for the most part. That's what I'm getting at least. I kind of had a feeling, but these are pretty... Ugh. First hands and then mouth. I guess if there was some kind of proper order to do things, that'd be it. But I didn't exactly make it any better. Man, I might really got to, you know, milk a guy. Oh. I lifted my head a little to look at Seiji. He had a grim look on his face. I mean, who could blame him? I didn't like the idea of those choices either. But we had to pick one. I was fine taking the hit, but the thought of making Seiji do that, I had to admit, it made the idea of putting my omelet in my mouth, putting an omelet in my mouth, not seem so bad. Seiji quietly clicked through the details of the task while I was trying to work up the guts to make a decision. A list of designated implements and descriptions of each appeared before us. A blindfold, handcuffs, clamps, and a certain a PS4 controller, if you will, because they had the DualShock feature. Yeah, you know, an object with the DualShock feature is what I'm trying to get with here. Oh boy. Whew. What the hell even are these things? How do you use all this? And who are we supposed to use them on? Subject me must utilize the implements. So, Seiji? So wait, isn't the prostate like behind your sack or like in your buns? Wait. If it's a DualShock system, does that mean it has to go? Perverts. Those guys are total perverts. I mean, that's not really news, but you know. Seiji, who would be on the receiving end of all that, was at a complete loss for words. Who could blame him? Why do we have to do this shit? I thought I was the one who would have it bad on this one, but this is way worse for Seiji, isn't it? He just closed the menu without responding. A morning talk show was playing on the TV. There were no reports or mysterious disappearances today either. The TV broadcast should have been real, but they were starting to seem like fabrications, although I guess all TV isn't exactly real in the first place. Ripped from our peaceful lives and thrust into the isolated world, everything started to take on a malicious hue. I mean, look at the state of just reading the task for the day had us in. It was things that made us start to feel like we might never go back to our old selves again. I didn't want to force Seiji or to hurt me, but I didn't want to have it hurt him either. This whole situation is just unbelievably cruel. Wait, they wanted me to be injured physically, and in just the same way they wanted a different kind of injury to be inflicted upon Seiji, and they were enjoying watching us wrestle those options in the sight of us hurting each other. Shit, man, I never thought it out that far before. I figured it was just supposed to be about making you choose between two options that were both awful, like the stupid would you rather games we would play when we were kids. Would you rather eat curry flavored poop or poop flavored curry? Unfortunately, in this situation, both options are absolute shit. I mean, like, what are we supposed to do? By the way, shout out, underrated movie. It's not, by no means it's a great movie, but I think it's a good movie in my opinion, and I think it's a really good horror movie if we just had to talk about the genre itself. But there is a movie actually called Would You Rather, really underrated. What's her name's in it? Is it Brittany Snow? I think Brittany Snow is in it, but really good horror movie. I highly recommend to watch it. It is available, I think, on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it is on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, definitely check that movie out. It's actually good. If you've seen Ready or Not, it's kind of similar to that in a lot of ways. Or maybe not in a lot of ways, in some ways. But I think both tonally are pretty similar for the most part. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. It's like a combination of Ready or Not and Knives Out. That's probably the best way I would explain Would You Rather, and it's really good. So I highly recommend to watch that. Trust me. The only reason I mentioned it because, again, Daichi talked about Would You Rather games, and I was like, that was a good movie. It really was. But I mean, like, what are we supposed to do? What's going to happen to us? Seiji stood up and disappeared into the bathroom, leaving his lighter and cigarettes in the room. He was back in no time. He set the ashtray, which is probably what he had gone into the bathroom to get, on the table, plopped down on the couch and lit one of his cigarettes. I, on the other hand, headed over to the bed. I guess I was feeling a little dizzy and wanted to lay down for a bit or something. Or maybe I just wanted to escape. Talk shows really are stupid. I mean, who cares who some celebrity's dating anyway? I really want to take my anger out on the TV, but if I really did damage to it, we'd be penalized. So I settled for changing the channel. Unfortunately for me, Okinawa didn't have very many channels, so I had nowhere to run. Every time I flipped the dial, it was just more of the same. I'd given up and left it running on the last channel. I'd hit when I finally noticed the faint smell of smoke wafting over in my direction. I mumbled like it was absolutely normal and lucidly looked in his direction. He only thought about it for a second. Well, I definitely understood. It only made sense. I think his response put my mind at ease, a little at ease too. Either option would make Seiji suffer, and me too for that matter. I didn't want to do that to him, but awful thoughts kept filling my mind. The cigarette smoke was clouding the air ever so slightly. It collected over our heads for a bit before the air conditioner sucked it up. He turned away from me and blew out the smoke. Maybe he was trying to cover a sigh in the process. With the issue left unresolved, the two of us stood in silence. Ugh, I was stumped for something to do to pass the time. Yesterday had been enough as it was, but by day 3 I really had nothing to do. There's nothing especially exciting on TV, and I was tired of just watching TV anyway. I started wanting to ask Seiji about spending another point on something, but there's a chance we might end up needing those points for something else soon, like if one of us got sick or something. So all I really had to do was watch TV, lay around in bed, or sleep. I was so bored I started to get sleepy. Also, I was pretty sure that, what with the fake windows and all, we weren't getting enough light either. I lost touch with the sense of time and felt like I was perpetually stuck in the middle of the night, and it made me sleepy. Also, I was pretty sure I was going to put on weight. I mean, the food was way too good. Just how many calories were in each of those meals? If this is really a study, then I wonder if they've accounted for all of this. When Seiji had smoked a cigarette down to the filter, he started reading on this tablet. But before long, he tossed onto the couch so he couldn't concentrate. He tossed his tablet over from the couch onto the bed. I picked it up as it landed to the mattress and started reading. It had all sorts of stuff on it, even in English. No comics though, but there were a few Japanese novels at least. I clicked on the title Seiji suggested. The moon is a harsh mistress, or something like that. The title piqued my interest a little. I didn't know Seiji read stuff like that. How does he read my mind like that? I get Seiji's angle. I mean, seriously, think about it. Like, sci-fi really pushed the boundaries of like inspiration and like put that inspiration into like science and just like how we progress as like as we progress in humanity, as like in terms of like technology and such things like that. It's actually amazing. That's why I love sci-fi. Like, I completely understand where Seiji's coming from. Like, seriously, Back to the Future, huge inspiration for like how we see the future, specifically Back to the Future 2. Not only that, but we watch like Aliens, for example, and it's like a good reminder of like, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't bring, you know, like, we should keep an eye on corporations in terms of just like, hey, like, let's not bring an alien to Earth and to study it. Oh, you know, to study it. Terrible idea. Amongst other things, there's like, seriously, there's a lot of things. Blade Runner as well, both Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049. But that's why I love him. So out of curiosity, do you guys like sci-fi? What's your favorite sci-fi movie? Let me know in the comment box down below. Anyways. I ended up getting sleepy and getting up in the middle of it. I should have asked for something more exciting. I decided to take an afternoon nap since I was tired. I had a feeling Seiji was giving me judgmental looks for acting like it was a lazy summer vacation. I think he put a blanket on me though. Finally, night came. And once I was deeply frustrated by how delicious our dinner was, I wanted to berate myself for gleefully gulping down every last morsel. I knew I had to eat to keep up my strength so I wouldn't die, but telling myself that it didn't make me feel any better. I was still pretty out of it after I finished my meal, so I watched some TV. Seiji suddenly stood up and my heart started pounding like crazy. I guess we're finally gonna do it. Now I'm nervous. I watched as his slightly slumped figure disappeared into the bathroom. He probably meant after we do the task. That was probably the right idea. He probably wanted some time to be alone, especially in this moment. The sound of the shower went on longer than I had yesterday. I think, if I had to be honest, I think I relate to Seiji a lot more. Obviously, I feel like I definitely don't see myself as Daichi, but I definitely see a lot of myself as Seiji, as I feel like that's his way of coping with like tough situations and just like stress among other things. But I don't know, I feel like I definitely relate to Seiji more. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, who do you relate to more, as we are going to end the episode here. Like I said, it wasn't going to be as long as the episode as the previous one, so sorry about that, but we'll get another one up tomorrow because I'm not sure how long those comment videos are going to take to make, and I need to keep doing them to like actually know like what's a good medium, if you will, of like how to make the videos. I said medium, I meant median. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode of room number 9. Which task will you take? Task number 1 or task number 2? Let me know in the comment box down below. And other than that, if you haven't already, subscribe to me down below. If you haven't already, click the like button if you love this video. And of course, if you haven't already, follow me on all my social media sites down below. If you haven't, go to my Twitch. I am going to start streaming tomorrow, actually. I want to finish Persona 5 Royal really bad, so we are going to stream tomorrow. 100% happening. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully we have a streaming schedule and such things. And outside of that, thank you awesomes for watching, and I'll see you later. Okay, love you, and don't forget to stay awesome. Bye.